Hello, Ivan.
Hi, everyone. How are we doing?
Hey, Ben.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, good. Alex looks like he's walking through some tundra somewhere. Oh, that's got to be freezing cold.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh,
Right by the river.
yeah.
You're on mute, Alex.
Yeah, I was saying it's not cold. It's kind of windy.
Windy, drafty. Yeah, it is. It's a windy day today. Good old Moscow. All right. I guess we can begin. Yeah. All righty. Right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to weekly update number 48. Sorry, my table keeps moving here. I'm glad to see you. Thank you for coming. A lot of very interesting things to discuss. But before we get to that, I just want to address something very quickly. Apparently, some genius decided that it might be a good idea to send and write death wishes to 2 members of the Wiki Sub-Governance. Now, were these threats? I don't know. I don't really care. I don't think that's the point. I think the point is that it is incredibly stupid. It's completely abhorrent. And it's really something that only a complete idiot or a coward would do. But rest assured, it's being taken very seriously. So whoever you are, I just like to say to you, understand that it's noted, it's made public. Maybe it's worth not confusing free speech and lack of censorship with lack of consequence. In fact, it's probably quite the opposite. So now what you have is a giant community that knows all about it. So maybe take a minute, think about it, and really, I guess, just maybe grow up. People who do that kind of thing are just insufferable. All right. Sorry, everyone, for that, but it was necessary. Okay, let's move on to more interesting things. So a very short general update. We have 2 new sub-governances that just passed early this morning. The first is a revamped version of Web and Design. So we have a Web and Design Sub-Governance 2.0, which we do desperately need. And we also have a formal verification sub-governance that's actually called Formal Methods. So both of those passed. As far as for the winners, jurors, and the administrator for the Decentralized PR Contest, your tokens will be distributed next week. We have a few people that collect stats and numbers and do that sort of thing for payouts, and unfortunately they're traveling. So we have a slight delay, but apologies, you will see your tokens next week. Please bear with us. Okay, right, let's get to community matters. First, we want to talk about repositories, Github specifically. This is a very important tool that's being underutilized. And well, by the members, it's being underutilized, and it's very important for global visibility. In fact, it might be one of the most important tools. So let's see, Pavel, I know you wanted to say a few words about it. If you would, please.
Yes, thank you, Ron. Actually, it's not only about repository, it's about general resources, the general community resources. The idea is that, I mean, unfortunately, all infrastructure at the moment is technically should be controlled by somebody, but we plan to have all such solutions done in a decentralized way with actually inside blockchain, but it will take some time from now. But meanwhile, we still should go into direction where everyone in community can use community resources. So resource number one, which we had a lot of discussions, is the actual TON website itself. There were some development of a newer version of website, but at the end, we had discussions on the community calls as well that finally this is not probably the right way of going. The idea is that since there are different teams in community which can support different process, different business models, it will be more fair to have a catalog on freeton.org website, which will then be a starting point for newcomers to select which actually website of which team or which project to use and to go after. So such a catalog, such an approach was designed, and there are some website actually was developed. I guess today Evgeny Teslov should put on the forum a link for it for discussion. So if you'll have some comment, please put it onto the forum. So the idea, the ultimate goal is to have a website where everyone be able to add a link or a card. Actually, it's structured as cards to your project, to your website. So obviously it should have search, obviously it should be developed in the categories, but the whole idea that it's not for specific, oh, I see.
And you can go now to new.freeton.org.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please provide comments, suggestions, whatever you like to this website. So ultimately, again, it should be free to change, to include all community projects and ideas. Yeah, this is first part of announcement. The second part is about common resources related to the code itself. The problem is, of course, that GitHub is centralized, so somebody technically should control it. Again, we would like to change it in some future because it's a very important part of the whole strategy of Freeton to decentralize every part of the process, including development itself. But at the moment, what we had discussion last week, that it now a bit unfair that when some people participate in contest and provide some code for contest, get tokens for that, and that code still remains in their repositories, and those participants can at some point hide the code. So it is not fair for the community, because community paid tokens for this code, and code now could be not available. So the obvious solution for that is to have Freeton repository where we will ask all participants of previous contests to actually pull request the code to that repository, and for all new contests it should be as a must. If you would like to have your submission be evaluated, then you have to commit the code into that repository as well. So what we will do, we will add now leaders of sub-governances to. So we'll make some structure there.
There is a repository I posted in the chat.
Yeah.
So this is the repository. I will add everyone to this repository, whoever from the sub-governances, to form their repository, sub-governance repositories. The contest repositories should be formed there. The contest submissions should be posted into the repositories to be judged. That's the idea.
Yes.
Quick, Ivan has his hand up. Ivan, if it's a question, can you please save it till the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I can.
Yeah, I will shortly. We'll finish shortly. So, yes, please, Ron, help me with that. Please, let's talk with leaders of sub-governances. Let's create folders for their code, and of course, the idea should be plus minus open, so all leaders who can add their to provide rights for them to accept commits. Of course, again, at the moment we cannot have a functionality where like some voting for some changes in the repo will be held for, again, making some changes or some acceptance, but the idea is that it should evaluate, should transform into that that solution. Okay, and the third resource I would like to talk about, third community resource, is some of you probably know that we, as a FreeTON, now have a sponsor of.
I was actually going to talk about that. You can go ahead though.
Yeah, I mean, Ron. Yeah, I will just start and you can follow. So the idea is that again there is quite a big place for a stand. But FreeTON, what is FreeTON? FreeTON actually it's a group of teams, group of projects. So the idea is that on the stand, everyone from the community who has any project can present it and can participate. So again, please connect to Ron and Roman. Not you. Okay, that's your turn then. Please explain.
No. What I was going to say is, so yeah, what Pavel's saying is that right. So we are part of we have the partnership with Sigma, and the first is the AIBC show in Dubai at the end of May. But yes, we're a platinum sponsor as a community. But what we're really trying to do is gauge who should really attend. So there's going to be a contest, right? There's going to be a contest, and it's going to be a really cool one, by the way, where the idea is that members of the community will submit their their use case using FreeTON, and how they will utilize FreeTON so that they can network with people, talk about it, and so forth. And essentially, the best ideas win. Right? Best ideas, you got it. You get a ticket, right? You get a free pass. You get some travel and lodging incentives so that, you're not paying out of pocket to physically go there. And as far as I understand, you're also going to get some merchandise, some promotional merchandise, courtesy of FreeTON Shop, which is really, really cool. But of course, the major thing is it's you guys. All of you that are going to be representing FreeTON. So the contest is being drafted right now. Rahman won't let me lie. We're hoping it'll be drafted and finished by tomorrow.
Today.
Okay, yeah. All right. And then we'll put it up on the forum. You guys all come, read about it, comment, do whatever you guys usually do. And then after that, we'll hopefully put it to a vote. And yeah, come and make your submission. It's going to be really, really cool. So yeah, it's awesome. Sorry, Pavel. Sorry. I had a whole thing I wanted to say about it. So did you want to continue?
Oh, no, thanks. That's exactly that's what you know probably more than I.
Okay, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be up soon. Okay, next we have, so I talked about the new sub-governance for web and design. We actually have Nikita, I believe, is going to talk about it. Please, we want to know what the new plan is. It's really important.
Yeah. Hi, Ron. Actually, I really wanted for Maxim to speak out, but he is unfortunately busy today. He has some family issues. But he was the one that actually made this come through. So I hope that from next week and on, he'll be the one presenting. Yes, and actually, for you know, after the first 2.0 proposal didn't come through, the activity in the chat actually, for some strange reason, declined very much. But some guys still did the work, like Maxim. So I hope that next week somebody else will start presenting, just again to like mix things up a bit. As I told that the idea of lowering the budgets worked out really well. So the lower the budgets, the more initial members were likely to vote. So actually that's a good idea. So as what I've understood from the activity today in the morning, because the proposal passed, everybody was like encouraged. We're going to start attracting new jury members, as well as a contest for the logo and for identity, because it's I think needed, and starting to cooperate with other sub-governances, and so like to start participating in activity in the community in the first place, and then starting, you know, to build new contests. Again, again, was one of my ideas that I supported, to not to make very big contests, make them smaller, but maybe more of them. I think that's the idea that most of the sub-government guys support. So I think you'll hear from the community this week already with new contests, and let's hope to see new guys step up next week.
Thanks, Nikita. I think one of the things that's important is also to sort of maintain all of the different websites that that we have, right? Because as a decentralized community, we have no there's you know, anybody can build their own site, right? What we don't have is a means to access it from one particular point, which is very important. I think somebody needs to sort of take charge. Some governance needs to take charge, and I think it just makes sense that you guys would, because of the web portion of it. As for the design portion, we really need a lot of design work. We just ran into that right now with this Sigma event, with this AIBC event, and we realized that we're looking for contractors to do the designing for us when we have so many people that could probably do it better internally. So obviously the one for May, it's a little late, but I think there's going to be another one in Malta. I forget when, but for that, I think you guys can probably take lead on something like that.
Yeah, that is true. So I want to speak to all the new initial members of the sub-governance. Please step up, and we need a lot of things to do. So all of the guys that were elected as the initial members today, please step up and you know, show your face in the chats and in the forum, because we really need you. And for all the other guys that want to be jury members, again, please let's hear a voice in the chat, so we understand that you want to do something for the community, so you can be elected, or you know, you want to be a participant in the contest or something like that. So we really need active people here, and I'm trying to reach out to everybody now. Thank you.
Excellent. Cool, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, Nikita. Awesome. All right, we have an update from the French sub-governance. I think Fabrice was going to be here, but I don't think he made it. But we have Evgeny again.
Yes. Hi, guys.
Albeit not a French-sounding name. I'm sure
I thought
he's.
Fabrice will be here, but yeah, I should
That's okay. That's all right. Yeah.
present the
We know
results.
your French is better than my Spanish, so.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, let's talk about results of our sub-governance. May I have 1 second to show you presentation, please?
Yeah, sure. Roman, can you give him a screen share option?
Okay.
Yeah, just a moment, just a moment. Oh yeah, you can.
Okay, do you see it?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, great. So yeah, let's start about talking about results of the past months of our sub-governance. We are now at the second stage of the implementation of the sub-governance. So first, let's take a look at the statistics from our main website, freetonfrench.org. Here you can see the statistics from Google Analytics for last 2 weeks, I guess. Unique users constantly come to the site. This can also be traced by the gradual increase in new members in our main chat, but we do not see much activity in the chats, and that's sad. But we think that the people who come to the project not quite understand how to participate and receive crystals, because our website shows that a lot of people clicks on it and go into it, but we don't see a lot of activities in main chat. And here we have 2 problems. For now, most of all additional member and initial member are the most active people in the project, and we have our main chat of the members chat. So yeah, and there we are talking about project plans and all of this. So people think that nothing is happening, but it's not quite true. And our plans for April include reworking the main page of the sub-governance and creating a page guide for participating in contests, staking tokens, and all of it. I think that should help a lot. For social medias, we created 12 more articles. We translated it, we proofreaded it, we published it with a certain periodicity. And after the recent incident with the image of Graham in the articles that Ron showed us, we changed the publication system. Previously, each member of the sub-governance had access to publications. Now only members who work with the content have access to publications. Of course, everyone can join and make some articles and content, but after proofreading articles and pictures, for now we publish it. So we hope will be no more such funny mistakes with Graham pictures and all of it. Yeah. The next important part of the work of the sub-governance is projects that are implemented within the rule of the contest for project information contest. And the first project that won the contest, the first winner, was a search engine promotion and optimization project. Guys provided a small report about their work. They created articles, they created list of keywords for search engine optimization. They changed the title and description. We gave them the access to our main website, our main page, and they created a new landing page. This is very interesting. They created a landing page with the story about SEC and Ripple XRP, and this article correlates with Freeton, SEC, and Durov, and all of it. And they want to get new users who search for Ripple in Google Ripple info, and try to attract them in the Freeton. This is
just not them, not them, please.
Yeah, sorry. But this guys think this is great. So yeah, I just have a report. I don't, I don't rule this project. So if I understand, they have completed the first stage of the plan, and they will continue to optimize their work. Also, thanks to this project, the first French article was published about Freeton, was published in BH magazine. That was the 2nd April, I guess. Yeah. This is a very, very big French deep web journal, and you can check it yourself. bhmagazine.fr. This is the first Freeton French articles in journal, and these guys made it published. The next very interesting project that we have, but I don't still have rappers from these guys. We are in connection with Remy Ozan. This is the president of French Blockchain Federation, FFPB. And they propose to make a collaboration, make a marketing strategy, a marketing plan to promote free-tone in French with their forces, with their social medias. But they are preparing marketing strategies. They don't have report. And as I got, Remy Ozan said that they will start their marketing campaign of 10 or 12 April. So we will see the results a little bit in 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, in 2 weeks, I hope. Yeah. Next project. This is very interesting project too. This is a winner project also of our implementation contest. Guys wanted to create first smart contract casino, so why not? And they made it actually. They sent their first alpha version. You can check it on this website, like on screen. Sorry. Yeah. This is a very bad design, but they say that they will improve their design. Technology works, but it's still alpha version of their project. So it is what it is, but you can check it. You can check it. Also, we have 3 more projects from Dune members, from Fabrice, from Magic Games, but I don't have report for them. They don't actually ready. They're starting to work. I know that work is going on right now, for sure, because we are talking about it every day in our member chat, but still I don't have reports. Fabrice has a very interesting project. They want to create collaboration with university in France. They want to get new people into the project by education and all of it. So yeah, we will see, but don't have a report for now. April plans for our working. As I said before, guys don't really, who comes to the project, new guys don't really make a lot of activities. So we are thinking too that we need to create free-tone French media. Small news, everyday small news to provide more activity, to create atmosphere of everyday working and all of it. Not only articles and blog like we did before, not only contest, but just the atmosphere of working, atmosphere of creation, something new, some good project. So yeah, we will create free-tone French media for sure. I think with Johan and Magic Games, they say they will help. Also, we want to make a small contest with small budget for forum publication contest to see how people will react with the forum publication, to find some good forums and create some little good articles about free-tone. And we will continue to work with social media because it's working. We get new people from it. So yeah, it is what it is. And I guess that's it for me.
Excellent. Couple quick things. So in terms of academia, I don't know if you're familiar, there's a Free-Tone Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could probably help you there. The second thing is when you're talking about translating it and putting it in other media, there's also a reworking of the SMM sub-governance that's going on right now, which I think could definitely help.
Yeah.
They can take some of that workload and maybe do some of that for you. And then I just had a question, and I think you touched on it with the, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say the word with the Graham thing. What was that? What was that? What was that?
One of our members, like I said before, here in the left articles, there was a picture about Graham.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, right there. I just didn't even see it.
Okay.
The problem here, every member had an access to make publication, and Roman, our initial member, made a small mistake.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it happens. But we will check for sure. For now, every time we will check. We check every publication. So that was bad. That was a mistake, and I think that will be no mistake like that.
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much. All right, thank you, Evgeny. That's good.
Also, Fabrice has should have a small presentation, but
Oh, is he here? I didn't see
I
him.
don't see him. Yeah, he isn't, but.
Okay. Alex, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just a couple of questions. First of all, Eugen, good job, guys, good progress. Are you doing anything on the developer side? Like, acquiring developers, making any contests?
As I know, guys who wanted to create credit system in free TON projects implementation contest, they had an idea to make a credit system, something like that. I just don't know technical issues about it.
Right, like a loan, like a lending system.
Yeah.
Okay. Credit system is a little different. That's like social.
Yeah, like loan.
No social credit.
But for now, I don't have any report or messages from him. I write it to them yesterday and still don't have any answer. But if they'll do something, I will publish reports, of course. Yeah. You can see this in projects in submissions. Their project in submissions. I think that was submission number 7. Yeah, something like that about developing things.
Okay. All right, Evgeny, thank you very much. We are now, yes, thank you. It was a very good presentation. Thank you. It's very refreshing because a lot of people really weren't aware of what's going on with French Sub-Gov. Thank you. Right before we move on to technical updates, can I just say something? Like, if anybody's a fan of Rembrandt, they have he has a famous painting called The Night Watch, and right now I'm almost reminded of The Night Watch because it centers on just a few characters right in the middle, and for the first time in I don't know how many months, and he's already smiling. We actually get to look at Mitya. He actually has his camera on. And there he is. There he is, the man himself. All right, it's up to you, man. Technical updates. RustCup, I'm sure.
Let's go. My ugly face again. So, technical updates. Where do I start? So first of all, the RustCup is in warm-up mode for, well, a few days already. It works, seems to work fine. So we had an accident last week. Not the accident, with some nasty bug, but we actually don't know what it was. Like in order to simulate that, we will need to simulate the same exact environment that happened that day when we started the last warm-up. But we don't want to do that now. And actually, it's not that important. I also already commented in chats, in validators chats, that, I mean, it's a bug probably related to archives, and the archive system is in refactoring mode anyway now. So we probably will fix it anyway. And we don't want to stress the validators now. Currently, there are more than 200 validators. So all the issues that we had with the elector contract has been fixed. And it seems that the network is fine. So there will be an announcement now. Everyone, please join. Whoever wants to join the RustCup, it's the time. We're in the warm-up. Again, if nothing happens, this network will transform into the race network once the flag will be waived, which will happen sometimes. And we're not commenting on when it will happen. So anytime, basically, the race will start. There are several things we're still working on, of course. And so maybe there will be an update before the flag will be waived. And this update, there is still a slashing update is coming. So there will be definitely one update beforehand, but we want to see more validators in the network now. Oops, sorry. So that's one thing about the RustCup. Another thing, there will be, we'll be publishing now TIP 21 proposal, which is an extension to the dense, to the Decert, actually, like standard, which is a distributed certificates, which the decentralized name service dense contest is based upon. This addition is about a reverse resolving of the contract address into a DeBot address, or the contract code into a DeBot address. It is important that there will be a default DeBot address where user can go and look for any smart contract. And there actually will be two in the proposal. So under the proposal, if you go to any address of any smart contract, you will be able to locally calculate its DeBot address. And actually two of them, one for the address and another for the code. That actually, like, it is important, it's quite important, and actually it's quite dangerous. So I will explain, I will take a minute to explain why it is dangerous. Because of course the DeBot can be malicious. Like, you can create a DeBot which, instead of going to the contract you think you're going, you can go to another contract, make a transfer to another contract and stuff like that. So therefore, we wanted to make sure, the idea is to make sure that the developer of the contract, of the smart contract, of the original code of the smart contract, yes, can deploy their DeBot, and everyone which has a certificate can then calculate this DeBot address. So it means that you know for sure that if your browser has this certificate, if you use a known browser like Surf, for example, and you go to a smart contract, you can immediately be like, you can calculate the address of its DeBot as intended by an author. Of course, it requires for every author of every contract to actually make sure that once they deploy their contract, the first contract on the network, they should also deploy the DeBot to a particular address to calculate the address and deploy some code, which is basically a placeholder for DeBot. So it works in a way that there is a code of a smart contract with a set code. You deploy that contract, which serves as a certificate, and then using set code, you deploy the actual code of your DeBot. And that will ensure that, again, everyone who uses any contract with your code can go to this DeBot. Okay. Now, so I will publish that, but why actually I'm taking time to talk about this? We will, like every contract developer, you understand that if you know the certificate and you know a code, then anyone can post, like, just hijack this address by just deploying this contract. So we will, like, if you are a developer of a smart contract that is on the mainnet now, you should contact me or anyone from TON Labs and request a code for your smart contract, and we will give it to you privately before we make it public. This is a step that we should do in order just to avoid someone hijacking your address that belongs to your smart. Of course, it's not that dramatic. I mean, you can redeploy, you can change something in your contract, redeploy it, and deploy the new DeBot. That's not a problem. But if you already have some working system with the code that you don't want to change, please reach out to us in the next, this week, for example, and we will give you this certificate, and then we will make it public, right? So it's not a very, but I just don't know the other way to do that, right? So we make sure that all the developers, and we will make announcement on all the channels, that all the developers who probably has, rights to the code that they developed are able to deploy this DeBot placeholder and basically have the address. And in the future, we will support that in toolchain as well. When you create a bytecode for your contract, we will also give you automatically this certificate, so you can deploy both immediately, like the code of the contract and the DeBot placeholder. You don't need even to create a DeBot. You just deploy this placeholder, and then when you create a DeBot, or you don't, doesn't matter. So some malicious party cannot create a DeBot which will do something else not intended. Well, I think that's it from me, I guess.
Okay, thank you, Mitya. I'm betting I can already see there are questions coming in from YouTube and everything, but let's start with the in-house discussion, so to speak. Sorry to use that term. Everybody on the Zoom call, before you had your hands up, let's raise them again and let's go in order. Who has a question or a comment?
Me.
Yeah, Joanne, go ahead.
Okay, good. I don't have a question. I just wanted to further promote the AIBC event because this is a really huge milestone for Free TON. We've never been to such a huge event and had such a huge presence. So I wanted to put this out there even more for people who are just slightly interested. Maybe you'll become more interested and want to contribute. On the 25th to the 26th of May is the AIBC Dubai event, which is a great opportunity for us, which is, not only because it offers great experience for those in the Free TON community who would like to join, to network and show off your individual skills, but it's also our opportunity as a whole to show, a huge audience of people what makes Free TON unique and how a distributed network of people can come together as a community. This is something that is widely discussed in the industry, but it's something which is a reality with us. So Ron has mentioned we have an exciting contest in the making. So you can actually win a trip to Dubai, to the festival city in Dubai, to attend a super show of emerging tech filled with top talents and innovators from all around the world. So you really don't know who you're going to meet, what opportunities are out there. So I would definitely say don't miss it. And when there's a Telegram group, we could discuss everything. And I think some things might not be too late for May for the design group, because the booth, yes, it's too late to loop you guys in to create that design. But there are some other things, like we have to create a menu, some banners, some web banners as well. So there's definitely some things to do and get involved with. So just wanted to push that a little bit more. And that's it.
Absolutely. So there you go. Absolutely. Yeah. I think what we'll do is create a specific group in Telegram, and everybody's sort of come to and contribute their ideas, maybe a forum chat as well. Yep. I think that's great. Okay. Who else has a question? Who else has a comment? Darkwing, I thought you had something you wanted to say.
I want to say previously about French self-governments, but I want to say that I think, yes, we should create the group. I will maybe create it today if there's not a problem. Maybe some Free TON events and discuss everything. And I want to say about French self-government, I want to say that as the representative of academy, I think we should collaborate about the question of French universities. And from SMM self-government, I want to invite you to our SMM workshop to discuss everything about social marketing, and even about French self-government too. Yes. So, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, last call for questions. And Ivan, you wanted to say something too, I believe, at some point. If you're still here, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I just wanted to ask. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, it's about the website. So, I wanted just to, like, maybe apologies and clarify that, like, I know, like, I know that there were some, like, actions expected from me in regard of website, but it turned it so that I want to ask a question. It turns out that I think that like the right way to do, like, we are not mature as a community to do a website right way. So the having this repository is really a great step. But like, as far as we mature and grow, eventually we, like, maybe want to make all the governance of the website, like, on chain and host it, kind of.
Yes.
Is it possible?
Yes, it is, and you can participate in that as well. So
Yeah, I'm already. Maybe you don't know. I already participated. Like, technically, we, like, now doing a project, and the smart contracts for this project are, like, building, like, the system is deploying, like, the deployment is on scenario is on chain. So you can, like, compose. So website as a system, it's built from different contracts, like, and when you want to make change, you need just to, like, upload a new contract, and then website itself will self-update, like, because it's a smart contract. It can call, like contract which holds all the base, for example, blocks or content, etc. So the making changes to website is just like, kind of sending a message to TON to the blockchain, which will, like, change something inside the, like, repository contract.
Yeah,
so
for that we need to have a decentralized repository contest.
Yeah.
Which is, so it's a temporary measure. We need
But am I right, like, that this is, like, the way we are
This is
going?
the goal, of course. This is
the
goal.
Okay, fine. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm synchronized.
Always.
You're synchronized.
Ivan. Synchro Ivan.
I've synchronized. All right, Ben.
Well, yeah, just a quick one. Not so much a question, but just pushing. Some of you might not have seen Hackernoon as part of the partnership that has developed there. They've launched the Decentralized Internet Writing Contest. So for anyone who likes to do a little bit of writing, once a month, I believe it's going to be for at least until the end of the year. There's about $3,500 worth of prizes up for grabs every month, just for writing about any topic which interests you on the decentralized internet. Doesn't specifically have to be about FreeTON, but obviously, I hope it is. I'm sure we all do. So, yeah, that was about it, really, guys.
Thanks, Ben. Man, I wish I could actually participate in that. If I could just find the time to just write, I would just do that. It's cool. Okay. Anything else from the group in the call? No? Okay. Let's go to a couple of YouTube questions that came in. First, all right, let me try to paraphrase this. There's a proposal, right, okay, there was a proposal to create a free TON sub-governance for volunteers. What do you think of it? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see that. I just looked it up as I was reading your question about 15 minutes ago, and I think it's a really, really good idea. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, this is me. I'm not speaking for anyone else. I think it's an excellent, wonderful idea to help people in need. However, it does need to have certain parameters in place to make sure that it's monitored by the community, that it can be audited to make sure that its goal is actually being met. So the idea, I think, is great. I don't know too many people who would be against it. I just think that it's a little raw, and maybe you need to think of some sort of mechanics. You need to bring in some technical folks that are going to be able to make sure that the goals that you're trying to meet are actually, in other words, so the tons, the money is going to where it needs to go. There's a black stain on the world of I don't know, most how do I say this? How do I say
things
this?
need to stay free.
Right. I want to be diplomatic about this. So charities are a great idea, but if you actually look at the statistics of how charities work, you'll find that less than 10% of the money that actually goes to charities actually makes it to where it's supposed to go. And that's the number one problem with charities. You know, sometimes it's better to just do it yourself. So if that's what you're trying to do, again, wonderful, but it needs to be structured in a way where we understand that this is a non-for-profit type of thing. And we understand there are some administrative costs. There are certain things that need to be done. Sure, understood. But all of that needs to be so transparent and so auditable. We have to be able to audit it, that we know that at least, let's say, I don't know, off the top of my head, 90% of every token is going exactly where it needs to go. But as a concept, as an idea, oh my God, you know, hands and knees, yes. Okay, so maybe we need to just work on that a little bit. So maybe contact me and I'll try to help as much as I can. Not this week, though. This week is just not going to happen. But I think there's definitely potential there. So I would personally support it. Whoever else, please go and look it up. It's free TON Sub-Governance volunteers proposal. So yeah, absolutely. All right. Next question. My question is to Mita. Where is the TIPs will be published? Well, okay. Where will the TIPs be published? I believe they're on the forum, aren't they?
They are all on the forum currently, and we will move that into the newly created GitHub repository for free TON, so all the tips will be there. I think it should be there. But anyway, right now it's on the forum.
There you go. Another question was written into us asking when new exchanges, when they realize.
Well, the new exchanges.
Yeah, he's asking when new exchanges. So
again,
listen, yeah, it's not up to us. It's up to the exchanges.
Decentralized exchanges, which are doing nicely, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's up to the exchanges. See, again, I think you're missing a key element, right? I mean, I'm not trying to compare. See, if I were a speculator, I would say, well, look at Bitcoin. You would say, well, you're not Bitcoin. Well, I'm not a speculator, but just like Bitcoin, free TON is decentralized. So how did they list Bitcoin? Nobody from Bitcoin helped them. So when new exchanges, ask the exchanges if you have a way to, bring their attention, please do so. All right. What happened with validators yesterday? I'm assuming you mean
not
back to
not
RustCup?
yesterday and not RustCup, when there was a problem with some validators script didn't work and the validators missed their elections because of this. They already, I think, changed that or fixed that. But well, what happened is that the validators that didn't have this glitch just made more money. Congratulations. Nothing else happened, really.
There you go. And that does it from anything outside of the call. So once again, we are 6 minutes from an hour and we're doing really well. Something in the chats here. What's in the chats? For organizing events of free TON. Yep. Okay. And the GitHub thing. Okay. Last call for questions. Tres.
Thank you all.
Dos. Uno. Adios. See you next week. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.